Match Films, power to the people, and let's hope the government listen this time, eh?
If anyone wants to see anything about the war, they go to the Al Jazeera, they don't go to the fucking BBC, mate. Anyway, I hope you have a safe day, okay?
Yeah.
There seems to be a few police officers, not many, and they are hemmed in the middle on either side of demonstrators. So I think that the police, this line of police have put themselves into a very precarious situation at the moment.
I want to see some more action. I want to see some more action. There's no point getting whistles out and clapping. I want to see.
We are at the Excel Centre. I've been here for an hour and the mother-in-law's turned up. That's a surprise, isn't it? Right there.
I'm here today to protect my children's future. This country was once known as a free country. We don't live in a free country anymore. There, it's got the eye on the top of the pyramid, and that's the sort of world order.
The all-seeing eye.
The new world order, the all-seeing eye.
Okay.
Evil bastards.
It's absolutely outrageous.
We just heard a crack there. I don't know whether it was some kind of shot or what.
Unemployment is rising. The international finance system is nearly frozen. Even these facts can't fully capture the crisis that we're confronting, because behind them is the pain and uncertainty that so many people are facing. We see it back in the United States, we see it here in London, we see it around the world. Families losing their homes, workers losing their jobs and their savings, students who are deferring their dreams. So many have lost so much.
Okay, this is Bill Maloney speaking from Climax Films. We're just coming up to the Bank of England where all the furore is going on, and there is a large police presence. I actually feel quite sorry for these guys because they might have a lot to deal with. They're doing their jobs. So we're amongst the police, and we're just going to, if we can, we're just going to see what's happening here. Seems quite sensible at the moment. You know, the last thing we want to see is any violence here. You know, we just want to see a peaceful process. So we've got the police officers here, seem to be nice and chill, doing a good job.
If you want to go through, you have to go through. You can't stay this.
Is that right, mate? I'm talking good about you.
Yeah, you can't stay in this area. This is a sterile area. Mate.
Okay. All right. Well, what's the safer side? Okay. All right. Thank you, mate. Right. So we've been told that this is what they call a sterile area. So we're just popping through here. This is what they call a sterile area. So we're just coming through here and see what's happening. We got some people. If we turn around, if we take the shot around here, you'll see that we got the protesters behind me. And then if we pan around here, we go back, take the shot around the other way. Lil, can you come with me? Chop chop. Right. So this way we've got the police behind me. So there is a very large police presence. Now if I turn back around here, let me give you this shot again. Okay. These people are very angry here, you know. This is about the bankers. Oh, no, you haven't knocked off.
How are you, mate?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. I'm all right. Yeah, you're throwing the life at me. I'm not. He's not. I'm not. Do you know what? It's what they the other day. This is my PA. Yes, and that's all I'm saying. What's he mean by that? Anyway,
I don't know.
Oh, wait, so we've got Lewisham here. Are you Lewisham?
We're not, no. We're from all over the place. We work all over the place.
I'm a film director and you and all. He asked me to put him in a film, you know that, didn't he? Yeah. He said, I won't nick you for no insurance if you put me in a film bill. I said, no, nick me. Didn't I, John?
I think you did say that.
But you let me go, didn't you?
I did.
You give me your phone number and everything?
I did, yeah. No, I did.
Good luck, so be safe.
Take care.
All right, mate. How are you? And the PA was cool. Yeah. Is that the PA Yeah, that's what he just said. He wasn't
Sort out
able to pay
insurance.
fucking missus.
Yeah, she had done. Make sure
Give us some. I'll see you, Paul. Yeah, and you, mate. Yeah. Bill, come on, top, get in here. Bill, my name's Bill Maloney. I work for a film company called IMAX Films, and I represent the lower working class genre because no one's speaking to us, Bill. That goes you, Bill. Right, and it's the same as our films. It's the same as our music. Right. We've got Billy Bragg here. They're Bill, thanks for this. Well, my name's Bill Maloney. I work for a film company called IMAX Films, and we represent the lower working classes. People can get in touch with us at IMAXfilms.com. Now then, Bill, they're not showing our films, they're not playing our music, and we believe that there is an ethnic cleansing going on in this country for the lower working classes. We've got 6 public houses closing down every single day, Bill. These were the places that we would go and decide, we would all meet and we would decide who's a dentist, who's a thief, who we can trust in the area, who we can't, who's the good area, who's the good schools, hospitals, etc.
Lens cap.
So as I was saying, Bill, these public houses, we've got them closing down at 6 a day. Now, they're closing down at 6 a day, Bill. I, who represent the working classes, the same as you do, my friend, where are our people now going to congregate, and where are we going to talk about what schools we send our kids to, what politicians are having us over, what bankers are giving the best rates?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
People got organised. It's for these reasons, this anger that people have. It's very easy for the British National Party to portray themselves as the true representatives of the British working class, and they're not. Working class people got organised, they've got to make their own party that includes everybody. The working class has no colour. The working class has no colour, the working class has no ethnicity. It's basically people who work for a living, like yourselves, you know, like my family.
But we do have colour, Bill, and that is it. We're gritty, and whenever this country's in trouble, we're always there to bail it out. And also, Billy, we've got...
we're fighting in Afghanistan for us.
Exactly, and we've got Barack Obama going to see the Queen. Now, the Queen is just a figurehead of this country, Bill. What's he going there for? She can't make no decisions. I think we should drop the pomp and ceremony out and the establishment. And when I look about the opulence here, I've been asking people here, and unfortunately, Bill, it seems to be predominantly middle-class people. And I want to see the working-class people educated and fighting for themselves again. What do you think about that?
Well, I totally agree. Most working people are working in the afternoon, you know, on a Wednesday afternoon, so it is going to be predominantly a lot of students, I should imagine, people like that. But I do think that working class people need to organise and find their voice and not be exploited by people like the BNP. That's the real problem we have, because the BNP are not a true representatives of the British working class. You know, my grandfather fought against those bastards.
That's right, yeah.
So we've got to find a way. The Labour Party aren't doing it anymore, sadly.
Well, Bill, I was brought up in Brixton, Peckham and Lewisham, you know what I mean? So I'm against them as well.
So I'm from Barclay, imagine how I feel.
Right, well, I'm a Cockney-speaking Irishman, Bill, you know what I mean? So thank you very much for that. So we've just gone past St Patrick's Day. Bill, listen, mate, we love you. You got anything else to say you want to say on this subject? This is for IMAX Films.
Well, just really, you know, the demonstration of today is about creating a better world for everyone.
That's right.
And as long as we keep focused on that, either everyone gets lifted or no one gets lifted, we'll be okay. It's when we start trying to divide, people want to divide us, to exploit us. We've got to stick together, the working class. We've got to get out of this together.
And then as long as we keep this peaceful, then we are not emulating the viciousness of our politicians worldwide. Exactly. Thank you very much, Billy. Love you, mate. Love you, Bill. Good luck. Let's go.
Malcolm.
Packer? Right, okay, make sure this is on. Right, so that was Billy Bragg I was just talking to, a good man, and we've got the police here with their cameras, so this cameraman, are you a professional cameraman or are you a police officer as a professional cameraman? My name's Bill Maloney, and I'm a film director for a company called IMAX Films, and I represent the lower working classes. So what are you filming? Anything?
I'm filming anything at the moment.
Yeah, so I'll tell you what I do notice, chaps. I think you seem very well chilled out, especially this man. He looks like he's ready to go out for a drink, him. And the humour, what we've been trying to advocate at IMAX Films, let's move here. What we've been trying to advocate at IMAX Films is the humour from the police on the street, rather than like joining in with the brutality of our so-called leaders. What do you think of that?
I wouldn't say brutality, would I?
Well, no, you wouldn't say brutality, would you? Yeah, but it's a little bit like, you know, like when we're talking about our Home Secretary, Jackie Smith. I mean, Jackie Smith, when we talk about Jackie Smith, when the BBC talk about her and what's been going on with the dodgy films, it's adult entertainment. But if it was one of us working class people, it would be downright pornography. So can we change the language, officer, so that it is conducive with everyone else? What do you think of that?
Hardcore porn?
Hardcore porn, that'll do. Jackie Smith loves our hardcore porn.
Didn't say that.
No, you never said that, but we've got you on camera. What's your name, mate?
Andy.
Nice pucker, Andy. I hope you have a safe day, Andy.
Mate, take care.
Well done, nice. Right, so, you know, this seems all right. We've got a bit of a sit-down protest here with the kids. Us filming them, filming us, right? Hey! A bit of music. Yeah, what? There's a bit of music. Lil, I'll let something here. Got me? Someone's got a bit of weed here. Okay, this is Bill Maloney speaking for IMAX Films from the Bank of England. We got acoustic bit of music going here. We just had a nice interview with Billy Bragg. But here we go, we got the working class sets here. This Pan, you working class set? There's a big fella here, there's a big fucker here. What do you think? What's going on, chaps? What's your name? You're not security, are you? Right, he don't want to talk to you. Go on, say something. Just say, do me a favour, just say IMAX Films, love it.
IMAX Films, love it.
Nice one, son. You do that? IMAX Films, love it.
What's happening, mate?
IMAX
Films, power to the people. And let's hope the government listen this time, eh? Or bigger and better next time.
Thank God for that. Right, peace and love, mate. Oh, mate. Where are you, mate? Your mate told me to come over here. I don't believe you. I fucking believe you. Are you sure? Right. So anyway, he's got a sore throat. We don't know what he's been doing, do we? I got that. Right, that's going to be up on YouTube in the morning. Are you married? I'm fucking telling you are. Nice, mate. Nice one, chaps.
Straight.
Okay, right. Let's have it. Right, so it seems like almost a carnival atmosphere here today. We just had a wonderful interview with Billy Bragg. He gave us time. Billy actually told the BBC and everyone else to fuck off while he spoke to IMAX Films. So that was really nice. And we got sweet music here, baby. So, we're having fun. Let's hope this don't all turn rotten. Let's hope it all don't turn rotten. And we've got the police here. These are the people who are supposed to work for us. We've got something kicking off here. Check it out. Something. We don't know what it is. I think someone. Police officers. Still got Lily. Lily's running into the crowd. You want to move along with me, Lil? Lil, front. Get up the front. Cut it. Get up the front. Start again. What's happening, Lil? Okay. Don't stay here, stand here. Right, we've got a nice shot here, Lil. Okay, it's all kicking off here. Go on. Let's be careful what we're doing. I don't think there's anything too serious going on here. The police are okay. We're just standing there, keep shooting. You still shooting? Don't worry about the old girl, they're sweet. So we got the police on our side here, I think. I'm trying to fanny him, if you like. So someone's on the ground, he's not moving. Now, I'm just trying to watch Lily, I'm just trying to protect her here. Let's get one in on her, let's get in her face. She's got the eye makeup on them. Get in there, bang it in her. Okay, we're moving it off. Let's move. Okay, let's move.
Get up and move!
Let's move. Yeah. So I've seen no violence by the police. We got a police officer kicking a man on the street. Get in there, Lil.
Andrew, move back!
Watch out. Okay, mate, I've got it. Right. Okay. Right, let's keep cool here. That's what we're on. Police are the gorgeous. Okay. This is it. The police are becoming very aggressive. You've only got to look at their faces. The majority of these people, they will run down the street, these protesters, but I don't think that they want to hurt anyone. Now, okay, it's just chilled for a minute, but right, so here we are. Now, we're just at the front line with the police here. Now, I wouldn't say that we're frightened, but we are on our toes, as we say in London, you know what I mean? If we can get a shot at some of these police officers' faces, they really are wound up.
With me and I can hear you in this.
Yeah, so they grabbed the demonstrator. The police are very... This is a brutal situation that's happening here. Keep saying that. You can see it. This is a brutal situation. This guy, give me that camera. Give that fucking... What? Right, we've got a shot. Okay. There's a little stuff there. Okay. Nothing too serious yet. That's some good stuff. Now we're starting to see the angle of the middle classes. There seem to be a few police officers, not many, and they are hemmed in the middle on either side of demonstrators. So I think that the police, this line of police, have put themselves into a very precarious situation at the moment. So I think they're tactically a little bit weak. Right, so then here we are, look. We've got some people in there stopping the police vehicle getting through. So the police officer's being fucking very kind. He's not running anyone over. But I think this is going to be a dangerous place in a minute once his comrades come after him. So I think we should get the fuck out of here. This is going to be scary in a minute, though. Watch it. Get back. Here they come. Get back. Alright, they're savage me. Front of them again. Right.
Yeah, go on.
Right. Okay, get it on me. Okay, here we are. Now, we've been penned in again. We can't go that way, we can't go this way. And it does look like to me, I hope it isn't what's happening, but it looks like to me that the police are possibly getting ready to make a charge or move forward on us anyway. So, how many of these police officers understand the politics of this situation, or are they just doing it for the pound notes, you know what I mean? Because we know, I don't know if people realise this, but the police get higher wages than the soldiers, and they are promised, as you can see, plenty of overtime and all. Well, so what seems to be happening here, it's like, you know, the police are sort of being made an enemy of the people, you know, these people, the police, they're here to protect us, and we're not being protected. And this is a democracy, and we pay their wages, you know, and we got people like the Home Secretary, Jackie Smith, who's knocking a granny out of our money on porn. And she thinks like she can say, oh, I'm awfully sorry, and carry on doing what she's meant to be doing, you know what I mean? So we're not too happy about that. Got to say something, because that's what you're here for, isn't you? Right, so...
We're basically against everything, against...
Hang on, mate, what's your name?
My name's Asif.
Right, Asif, go on, crack on.
Essex, we're basically just cheesed off with jobs, welfare, the state, the economy, war. That's my particular problem. We go to war everywhere, we rob every other country.
Why? Why do we do it, Asif?
Because we're greedy.
Because we're greedy?
Because we're greedy. We don't think about other people, we just think about ourselves, and it's all got to stop. There's people starving, man. People live in tents and look at us. It's all got to change, man. The financial problems have all got to stop. These greedy bankers, it's disgraceful. It's obscene, man.
Asif, how do you feel about having an unelected Prime Minister in power in this country, which is supposed to be one of the peaks of democracy? How do you feel?
All this democracy, like, it's a waste of space. It's a waste of fucking space. They don't go talk about democracy to the Arabs, the Saudi Arabians and the Kuwaitis, because they got money. They go to other poor countries and start talking about democracy, kick them out of the Commonwealth, kick them out of this, boot them to the ground and literally kick them in the face. But man with money, that's all right, we'll shake your hand. That's disgraceful. Right. That's disgraceful.
So what about us? Because we're all being held captive here at the moment, Asif. Now, what's all that about? I mean, the police are supposed to be for the people, but the police aren't for the people, are they? Because if they were for the people, they wouldn't be holding us prisoners here.
So that's why I'm here. I bet that's got to change.
Yeah.
How we get to that is, you know, we need to step it up.
Right.
All these peaceful demonstrations ain't getting us nowhere.
What do you think about Barack Obama? Do you think he's going to help the situation, or is he just another part of the establishment?
I think he's a part of the establishment, to be perfectly honest with you.
Well, that's frightening, isn't it? Because there's so many people that they're pinning their hopes on Barack Obama.
There is hope there, but it's down to one man. And one man can sort the world out. I can't see it myself. He's kicking off everybody's bombs. There's suicide bombs going off nowadays. Everywhere you look. Yeah. What man wants to blow themselves up because they're not happy with this establishment, with the world.
And children are blowing themselves up as well. You know, I think what a lot of people in this country don't understand is after the Second World War, us and America handed over Palestine as Israel. It wasn't even ours to give away.
That's the problem now. As this country, the ones that sorted most of the problems out over the world, because they did own up most of the world anyway, India, Pakistan, Kuwait, Iraq, that was part of Britain's establishment. They made Kuwait. They've made all these problem areas to sell arms. Everyone fights and we make money. Fine, right? But now, enough's enough. There's too many people in the world and the internet has opened up things. I see it in Lebanon when the Israelis were bombing that out. Sky and BBC News didn't have what I could see on the internet. Places being blown up. When they had it in Fallujah, when Iraq, the Americans said anything that moves, shoot it. Yeah. Now there were people there.
Shoot to kill policy.
Shoot to kill policy. There were people there that were just looking after their own homes. Yeah. I would do the same myself. But the policy was shoot on sight. Anything you see moving. Right, that's disgusting.
What do you think about the police presence here, Asif?
Well, I'm trying to get out of this area, but obviously it's just not happening. We can't move from here. We're stuck here. No, I want to see some more action. I want to see some more action. There's no point getting whistles out and clapping. I want to see some more. I want to see damage. I'm not happy about this.
Right, well, Wesley.
You get me? I'm not happy about this.
Listen, thank you for your passion. Hey, listen, mate, black and white unite as far as I'm concerned, because I come from Brixton, I come from Lewisham. Yeah, nice one, Ashley. Keep going, nice one.
Thank you.
How do you feel about being held captive here?
I think it's human rights come into it. I think they just want to earn some more overtime.
Yeah, is that right?
I think that's right.
Well, you know that a British police officer earns more than a British soldier.
Yeah, I know that.
And the thing is with the job, there's plenty of overtime.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's what I think they're up to.
But we're paying their wages.
I know.
The bankers are the criminals, and we're being held captive.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, why don't they let people go? It's all over.
Yeah.
You made that point.
Exactly. So I like that very much. What's your name, mate?
Andy.
Nice talking to you, Andy. Okay. Touch hands.
All right.
Climax Films. I've got to an here, Andy. Thank you, Andy.
Here we go, Andy.
Yeah. Love you, mate. Thank you. Right. Here's a proper character. Can I talk to you, mate? My name's Bill Maloney. I work with a film company called Climax Films, and I represent the lower working classes. How do you feel about being held captive here at the moment, outside the Bank of England?
Effectively, it's entrapment, because they didn't give you the choice when you came in.
That's right.
That's all I'm going to say.
Thank you very much, mate. There's a nice London character. Entrapment. Hey, chaps, how do you feel? My name's Bill Maloney and I work with a film company called Climax Films. I was just wondering how you feel about being held captive here.
I'm not too fussed, I'm working, so I'm not.
Who are you with?
No, I can't say.
You can't say? That's what it's like in this fucking country. We can't say what we do or who we are. There's the devil. Fucking hell. It's not the Queen, is it, by any chance? How do you feel about being held captive? I just said to a geezer up there, I went, this is terrifying me. I ain't been nicked for 3 fucking weeks, you know what I mean? How do you feel, mate?
I'm buying it, I'm the same as him, I'm working.
You're working, you're getting paid?
Yeah.
Oh, right, that's all right then, isn't it? Fucking, I'm talking to the wrong people. They won't let us go home. Right, let's go and see these police officers down here. So we tried 2 exits, but they won't let us out. Now I'm going to try another one. I think I'm going to try, like, I might try smiling at the police a little bit more. Well, there we go. They're watching us, watching them. Now look, I would just like to say, can you see that guy on the camera behind me, that police officer? I'll tell you what, I can see the way he's working that camera and he's got no creativity about him, that man. Follow me, Lil. Yeah, mate, how do you feel about being banged up here without charge?
He's on his way home from work, to be honest, when you get a train.
He's on his way home from work and he's being held captive by the British police without fucking charge. What's going on?
Fucking joke, isn't it?
And he's got the and he swears as well.
I'm going to pick my son up from school, 3:15.
Right, so the children are suffering now. He can't pick his son up from school, you know what I mean? Because the old Bill are becoming paranoid and aggressive. I'll tell you what, if we get the old Bill up to Charlie, we'll have a better police force. That's true. You agree with that? Now you're in trouble.
There you go.
Thank you, mate.
We have a bigger problem, my friend.
Sorry?
We have the bigger problem on the 27th.
Hang on, darling, let me just do this. What's your name?
My name's Caroline Carter. I'm an ex-finance broker, live in Surrey.
Hello, Caroline.
On the 27th of this, January, Gordon Brown signed Treaty 6, Article 6, which you ain't going to have no more marching, the hanging penalty. He's brought back the death penalty.
Yeah. Well, the death penalty is available in this country, but it's only available for, what is it?
For treason.
For treason against the Crown.
As of January the 1st, it is now, in times of war, for riots. No, look it up. It's now in times of war for rioting and upheaval. Well, they're bringing back the death penalty. They have done it. He's signed it.
Well, Caroline, let me just put this on you, seeing as we've got the female element here. I'm talking to. 10 years ago, this government promised £5 billion to get children, all children in this country, out of poverty. 3 million children for £3 billion. He's just devised a scheme for £500 billion for the bankers. What about the kids? What about their £3 billion? We've been waiting 10 years for that. Where's that coming from, Caroline?
And child poverty is...
Hang on, mate.
It can't come from anywhere because we have 1.6 quadrillion, a number you wouldn't have heard before, 1.6 quadrillion derivatives in this world. 16 times the world's GDP, that is. 16 times the world's GDP.
Yeah.
And that's where your bailout money is going.
Yeah.
And it can never ever come down unless they dump these derivatives. That's why I'm here.
What can we do? What's the cure for this?
Draw all your money out the banks. You want them to bring the banks down? They're trying to set fire to it? No. Draw all your money out.
But what about the police? Why are the police collaborating with all the major institutions?
Because as of January the 1st, the laws in this country change. We now work under European law, and the police are no longer accountable. They are allowed to shoot to kill without being...
So the cure is entryism, get a job in a local
So they're
government.
using the terrorist laws to control everyone, really, the country, the world.
They've been using them for a long time since they put them in.
Right, okay, well thank you very much, Caroline. I hope they release you soon.
I doubt if they will.
Well, thank you, Caroline. Right, so we've got an effigy up there with the banker sign around his head. I think it is a banker. The old bowler hat, the tie, the uniform that says capitalism, the uniform that says fucking greed to us. So I'll tell you what, I wouldn't really bother trying to eat a banker because they're going to be very bitter. I'm interviewing a man with a camera. Listen, who is speaking up for the people? Just give me one name that we know there is evidence of one person, one powerful person on this planet who is speaking for the people, the world. No. That's so sad. And you've got a big camera and I've only got a little camera. Now you ask me a question.
It doesn't matter.
Who are you working for?
We're all the same. I was from French television.
French television. Don't want to talk. We're here for a voice line. I'm just asking, what is the cure for this, mate?
I
We can't be frightened at all. This is democracy, mate, and that's what the media's for. You might as well say to us all, fuck off, the media, and we're not going to say anything or about nothing. I'm here to represent the lower working classes, mate, because everything that is shown to us, whether it's a documentary, a film, the news, it is all geared towards the middle classes. You understand? And I also feel quite ashamed today that there's not many lower working class people here, and they never do turn out. And there's not many black people here either. You know what I mean? So I would like to see more of both parties, actually. So, what's the cure?
I think the cure is having a government that's going to do more to look after the interests of the lower classes, and less the guys who are running the square mile. Really, I think. Yeah. You know,
at the moment, we've got Gordon Brown is unelected.
Gordon Brown is unelected.
He's an unelected Prime Minister. This is meant to be a democracy.
Yeah. And in the end, all the while when the seeds are being sown for this mess, I mean, he was the guy in charge of the Chancellor of the Exchequer. So, you know, there's a lot of things pointed towards him, I think.
I think there's still a lot of prejudice in this country.
Yeah.
Did you know that if you was a Catholic, you can't sit on the throne or you can't marry into royalty?
Yeah,
that's a 300-year-old law.
Yeah.
Now, I'm a Catholic.
Which they're looking to change.
Well, I'm a Catholic. You can't get more London than me, can you? I'm a Cockney-speaking Irishman, actually, you know what I mean? So I know the beef on both sides of it. But, you know, I'm asking people, what is the cure? There seem to be a lot of people here, but no one's got any ideas what we can do. So I'll tell you what I think we should do. I think we should fucking lock them up.
What, all of the...
I think we should lock them up.
The bankers, the politicians...
Yes, I think we should treat them worse than murderers, worse than rapists, because what these people are doing, you see, I don't look on it like, see these business laws, right? Now, what's happening? These bankers, if you steal £1 billion, what taxes of that would have gone to the poor, the National Health Service, the social services for the people that are less fortunate than us? So that's what I think. So let's treat them like criminals, the criminals that they are. So what do you think?
For me, that's probably a bit extreme.
Yeah, it's a bit extreme.
For me, that's extreme.
Well, we're locking children up, you know what I mean? Did you know that for children in care at the moment, so you can control a child in care, not a child who has been put into a young offenders institution, a child who is just in care, whose parents have died, they can control him with what's called nose distraction. That's a punch on the nose. You think any of these bankers are going to get punched on the nose? But the kids will, so we don't mind punching our kids, but we won't punch the bankers.
That's a fair point.
There's a lot of fair points. What's your name, mate?
Ben.
Ben, nice talking to you. I'm Bill.
Yeah.
Fucking Bill and Ben. No, seriously, mate, sorry about that, but you've got to talk, mate. You know what I mean? Otherwise, we're going back to fucking Hitler, we're going back to the SS, we're going back to the Irish conflict, which is kicking off again, you know what I mean? Right, thank you, Ben.
Look, yeah. Right, there you go, Bill.
Give it a look. Come and say it. Come and say it.
These police are fucked. They are more like a third world country's police. Police in Asian countries are worse. I used to think police in Asian countries are worse. Looking at them, they are even worse than them.
Thank you very much, mate. Well done, mate.
Someone's just been smacked in the head.
Who's been smacked in the head? By who?
I don't know.
Right, so this is not just moving on in the crowd, Alright, so that's alright, mate. What's happening here, mate? Don't push the cameras away, mate, because that's what we're here to expose things. Okay. Alright, so what it is a guy here who's been smashed on the head. Who's hit him? Do we know who's hit him? Is it a police officer or someone?
I suspect it was a police officer, yeah.
Right, so do we know or do we suspect?
Well, I suspect it was a police officer.
Right, so this guy suspects that there's a guy here and he's bleeding from the head. What caused it, do you know?
Well, if he was at the front, at the top there, the police have been lashing people out with their truncheons.
Right.
There's quite a few been injured up the top end, the Royal Bank of Scotland.
Right. So there you go, once again, it's the famous British Bobby who's using the jackboot on the back of our necks to control everything. And they are fed by the bankers because the bankers has got everyone's money. So I'm just going to ask these police officers if it's all right for me to leave. Excuse me. I've got the film company called Climax Films, and I'm just wondering if we can leave. Is it safe for us to leave at all? You've all got a press pass. Okay, thank you very much, chaps. Right, so this is another exit that's closed up to us. This is our democracy. There's no charge. It's like I said to the guy a little while ago. Fucking hell, I'm terrified. I ain't been nicked for a month, you know what I mean? They don't, at least when they nick you in South London, they put a charge on you. There's no charge here. Right, now we're going to go and have a look at the other exit, see if we can break out there. This is getting like the fucking Great Escape. What's the banner saying?
It's a good one.
Right, Here we are, we're outside the Bank of England. We've got a young guy, we've got a protester who's climbed between two pillars and is attempting to, it looks very precarious. It's a very brave effort by the guy, and he's trying to get a banner up. He's got security above him.
This is a CBS News special report. Good morning, everyone. I'm Katie Couric here in New York, where Bernard Madoff has just been sentenced for the biggest investment fraud in Wall Street history. A federal judge ordered Madoff, who is 71 years old, to serve a maximum 150 years in prison. Now, that is what prosecutors had asked for. Meanwhile, Madoff's lawyer said 12 years was more appropriate. Before the sentencing, Madoff turned to his victims and said, "I am sorry." He told the court, quote, "I cannot offer you an excuse for my behavior. How do you excuse lying to your brother and your two sons? How do you excuse lying and deceiving a wife who stood by you for 50 years and still does?" And he added, "I live in a tormented state knowing all the pain and suffering I have created." Madoff pleaded guilty to 11 felony counts of securities fraud and perjury in a Ponzi scheme that robbed thousands of unwitting investors of tens of billions of dollars. Many of them lost their entire life savings. 9 of the victims addressed the judge today, asking him to impose the harshest sentence possible. Late last week, the judge issued a preliminary order stripping Madoff of all of his personal property. His wife, meanwhile, is being allowed to keep $2.5 million. So to repeat, Bernard Madoff has been sentenced to 150 years in prison and with no parole in the federal system. That, of course, needless to say, is a life sentence.
Okay, right, so this is the second day of the G20 conference summit, call it what you want. There's a large police presence. We're just approaching the Excel Centre. We don't know, there's some police officers coming over here, don't know what's going on. So hopefully we're going to have a peaceful day and we're going to have a safe day. But we are predominantly looking for people's opinions because we've been seeing the main broadcasting corporations have not been showing, they've been showing the same 60 seconds perpetually, so they're not actually talking to people. If you go to a protest now, apparently you're an anarchist, so you know, this is a democracy, freedom of speech. So also we had, actually it was quite strange, do me a favour mate, so here we are on the second day of the G20 conference. Today we're at the Excel Centre, and today is more about the war. Yesterday was about the bankers, today is about the war. Ethiopia, starvation, world poverty. That's what we're here for today. Let's what have you got to say, sir?
We are against helping Ethiopia, the criminal. They are making a genocide in Ethiopia, especially in Ogaden. The Ogaden people is going to be eliminated from the surface of the earth due to malicious cruelty.
Thank you very much. This man is talking about corruption, poverty and starvation in Ethiopia. Is that right, sir?
Absolutely, that's a corruption.
Say again.
There's injustice in Ethiopia. Britain pays due to the regime of Ethiopia £130 million, and that goes for killing of innocent people. And what we're here today is to stop that money, not to give the regime of Ethiopia.
Okay, what's the cure? What is the cure?
The cure is to get the good president in Africa. We don't need the corruption.
Who is the good person?
Who is the good person? The people. No. The people will have to rule themselves. But the West are dictating in Africa, and they're aiding the dictator of Horn of Africa, Meles Zenawi. There are 7 countries in the Horn of Africa, and now they are really in trouble because of Meles. Meles are getting more aid than any other country, and the people of Ethiopia are suffering now. There are 1.13 million are now under starvation.
What politician is trusted in Africa by the people?
The people has to elect the people they want, but Meles, no one.
Give me a name. Give me a name of a politician in Africa that people trust.
The people of Ogaden have rights to vote themselves. They have their identity, but the West have denied. Like in Somalia, Ethiopia invaded 2 years ago in Somalia. 19,000 have died. 2.5 million has displaced. And who is behind this? In the West.
Okay.
It's not the African.
Let me just put something by you. Did you know that if the 5 richest people on this planet pooled their resources, they could do away with world poverty?
Absolutely.
So what do you think of that?
Absolutely. Britain is one of the richest countries in the world.
No, I'm talking about just people. If the 5 richest people pooled their resources, they could do away with world poverty. So what could the 500 richest people do, or the 1,000 richest people?
They can do more about, they can help more about, but what we see today here, there's no help.
Why won't these people help?
Let me finish. They just only talk. If you look G20, they just only talk. There's no action, and that is what we really hate. Another thing, the Western government are supported by dictators in the Horn of Africa, like Meles Zenawi. And today we oppose that dictatorship. Has to remove on power, and the Ethiopian have rights to elect the man they want. And the Somalians, they have rights to leave. The Ogadens have rights to leave. What's called the Oromo have rights to leave. But who is dictating in Africa now? Why the West? They're just talking. We need to action. The people are dying right now. Thousands have dying. The money have given to Africa is going in the hands of dictatorship. And this is what we need to stop.
Okay.
And Meles is a war criminal. Has to go in Hague and has to go face the justice. He killed millions of people. For the last 19 years, he was in power, and he killed more than 10 million people in Horn Africa. And who's paying this? By the West. And we need to.
What? How do you feel about the drug companies who aren't giving the drugs to black people for AIDS, etc., etc.? And we've also got 50,000 children dying on this planet every day from malnutrition and preventable diseases.
What we're concerned today is about the peace in Horn of Africa. It's not about the concern of any drugs, anything religion. What we're concerned is about the peace, and that's the people of Horn of Africa are really fed up by the Western twisted words, and now we want to make change. As you hear, here are different people. They are Christians, they are Muslims, they are non-believers, and we all gather together to get in peace in Horn of Africa. But we can't get it.
Okay.
Because of one man is called the Meles Zenawi. Thank you very much.
Okay. Hey, black and white unite, mate. What's happening?
No, it's just because of light. Can I get you?
Yeah?
Hang on, sorry. It's just really bad. That's it, stay there, stay right there. Yeah.
Right, so here we are, we're outside the Excel Centre. There doesn't seem to be as many people here today. This is about war. This is about Ethiopia. This is about humanitarian crisis. There seems to be a lot more people outside the Bank of England. Perhaps they're worried more about their fucking mortgage rates and their interest rates than they are about the humanitarian issues that are going on within this G20 conference. Obama yesterday was talking to the Queen. Now, we've discovered that the Queen owns the island of Jersey, which is one of the largest tax havens on the fucking planet. So there you go, Your Majesty. You're going to start paying your taxes properly. And we also want to know what's going on with the children out in Jersey, because Jersey is not owned by the UK, it is owned by the Crown. So, Mr. Obama, be careful who you shake hands with. And listen, I saw an effigy yesterday outside the Bank of England, and it said, eat a banker. Well, let's not try and eat a banker, because I think if you try and eat a banker, you'll find they're very, very fucking bitter.
If you're a black, if you're a white, like we're here today, there's black, there's white, there's Muslim, there's Christian. There's everybody here. Why? Because they know the truth.
Well, I say black and white unite. Let's do that, shall we?
Absolutely, absolutely. That's what we're trying to get through to the world. Do you know what I mean? It's not like they call Muslim people terrorists. That's so disgusting. Where they know they're paying the terrorists to kill the Muslim children, their women. It's not even about religion, but why are they denying it? Why don't they want to say
They do the same with the Irish. They call us terrorists.
I agree with that. That's what I agree with that.
You know why they say it? Because they're frightened of us. They're frightened of people power. And I work for a film company called Pie Mash Films, and I'm interested in people getting their voices across like we're giving you the chance to. Not like Sky do, or the BBC, and perpetually roll out the same 60 minutes all day long. Lovely talking to you, darling. Good luck. Good luck, girls. Good luck with you, girls. Good luck. Anyway, here we are at the Excel Centre. I've been here for an hour and the mother-in-law's turned up. That's a surprise, isn't it? I wondered if you would like to... I've got you there, haven't I? How do you think it's going? Seriously, like, because no one's talking to you. I don't see any of the cameramen or anything, or any of the major... Yeah. So what about yesterday at the bank? How do you think that? Was you there? Yeah. Oh, you had a taxi. What's your name?
My name's Simon.
And you told us along there, so you don't, at least you don't think I'm a terrorist just because I've got the Irish emblem on here, Simon.
I'm not scared of the press.
No, good. Well, I don't think it's people that are scared of the press, Simon. I think it's the way the press are controlling situations, especially when they're saying that all people who attend these meetings are anarchists. What do you think of that?
Well, I think of that. Well, yeah. You don't have to look around.
Right.
There's some at the moment.
So even you, like you would say, that you know, the press are giving us a false picture, if you like, of what is going on.
I haven't read the press today, so I wouldn't know.
You haven't read the press?
No.
At all?
Not today. I was up at 4:30 to come here.
Oh, right.
That time.
There's plenty of overtime, though, isn't there?
I don't get paid overtime either.
Right. So it's been quite peaceful now. You know, we think that if we can get, as you can see, these people are, you know, they let me go in and do the dirty work, and then they come in and like suck off my blood anyway. But that's the difference between independent film. Are you independent, mate? Who are you with? Right. Well,
definitely get in front of them.
I'll tell you to fuck off. Right. Sorry about that, officer. But if you can you get the back of mine now? Sorry about that, but the BBC, Simon, I'm sorry, but what they're doing, they're only showing the same 60 seconds perpetually through the day, and they're not talking and letting people have a say. As you see what we're saying here, Simon, there's no way the BBC, this guy's from the BBC, I will bet you £1 million that this is not going to be shown, because this is part of the control, Simon, and that is what I'm about. I'm an independent film.
I'm sure my parents will be happy because they'll see me on the television.
Well, that's good, Simon, and also it's not only that, you are showing that we can talk to the police officers, and I believe in a social police force who can talk to us, the public.
Absolutely.
Right, thank you very much, Simon. I'm going to touch hands with you on that.
Cheers.
And the BBC, fuck off and do your own dirty work.
President Obama! President Obama! President Obama! Gordon Brown! Gordon Brown! Gordon Brown! The free nations! The free nations! Where are your principles? Where are your principles? Where are your principles? Where are your principles? Where are your morals? Where are your morals? Where are your values? Where are your values? Where are your values? Where are your values? Sitting with a dictator! Sitting with a dictator! Shame on you! 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 Shame on you!
We've got all these other people jumping in on our interviews. Right, good morning. What are you here for?
I'm here today to witness to the world that the dictator government of Ethiopia, Prime Minister Meles Zenawi, doesn't represent Africa, doesn't represent the Ethiopian people to attend this meeting at the G20 meeting in here.
What kind of difference do you think that President Obama is going to make around this world?
Obama will bring a change as long as he integrates people all over the world. So it's not about his race. The fact that he's from black minority doesn't bring any change by itself. But his outlooks, his political outlooks, to integrate the whole world, both black and white, will bring a change in the world.
Black and white unite?
Yes.
Well, that's what a lot of people seem to be saying at the moment. But we're also watching President Obama, and when he was, you know, when he first came in, he went to 10 Downing Street, and he was sitting at the table. There weren't many black men around him or black women. He seemed to be sitting there on his own.
Yes, you know, the fact that, you know, like the black people history in America is a story that, as you know, in the 1960s, who brought about this all political liability in America. This is a witness of their travel. This is a witness of their courage. And in fact, the contribution of the majority of the white population in America, their flexibility, their outlooks, and their integration to let Obama represent their country. So it shows that diversity, it shows that tolerance, it shows that change of people, outlooks. And we see that today people are not the same way that they were thinking back in the 1960s.
So there is hope with Obama?
Very, very big hope. But it's not by himself, but the whole world is in transitions. People are changing, political outlook is changing, and the fact that the old way of classifying people based on their color is now minimizing.
Good.
Yeah, that's a good way to the world. Yeah.
Okay, right. Thank you very much.
Thank
Peace.
you very much.
And I hope you have a good day.
You
Peaceful
too.
day
Bye.
anyway.
Thanks.
Nice one, mate.
Yeah,
Lil! Come on in! Right, this is Bill Maloney speaking for Pie and Mash Films outside the Excel Centre. I have a personal interview with President Obama. Right, Mr. Obama, did you realise that when you was talking to Her Majesty the Queen yesterday, that she is the owner of the island of Jersey, which is one of the biggest tax havens on the planet? Did you also know, Mr. Obama, that the island of Jersey is wrapped up in a child sex abuse scandal, which the Crown will not take any responsibility for? How do you feel about that, Mr. Obama? Yeah, that's
yeah, can I move you in a little bit, Mark?
Sweet.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, Mark. So what are you doing here today at the Excel Centre?
I've just come here today as an individual to raise awareness for what I believe is extremely important information that everybody needs to know. The globalist elite are controlling everything that we do. People aren't aware of this. There are secret meetings taking place in America every year. It's called the Bilderberg Group. You can do this research for yourself. There's dignitaries, there's royalty, there's members of parliament, there's members of American government all meeting together in secret to decide the fate of this planet and global politics way ahead of time, so that when it actually comes out we're all so shocked about how terrible the world is. This is planned, this is organised. This is actually contravening US law. It's actually illegal for US government officials to meet together in secret with non-disclosed, they don't have to take minutes of the meeting, but they're not taking minutes of these meetings, and they're doing it in secret. It's not getting the mass media coverage because the mass media are being bought off by the exact same people.
Right, Mark, how do you feel about being put in the pigeonhole of an anarchist? Are you an anarchist, Mark?
I would absolutely say I'm not an anarchist. I'm just here to bring about truth. I'm just here to
But all the newspapers are saying that we're anarchists. Anyone who comes to these protests, you're an anarchist, Mark, whether you like it or not, mate.
It doesn't just stop a bloody anarchist, does it? It stops a terrorist, because actually...
Oh, you're a terrorist as well,
apparently, then? Apparently I
am. So you're an anarchist and you're a terrorist, but the police are leaving you alone at the moment. There's no charges being brought against you yet.
Absolutely. Well, they shouldn't be bringing any charges, because everyone here is peacefully protesting to bring about awareness for things that they feel are very important, and nobody's bloody listening. There's hardly anybody here. Where the hell is everybody?
Well, it's a little bit early. I mean, yesterday I was held captive outside the Bank of England, you know, and you can probably tell by my accent and my demeanour that I have already been nicked a few times in my life, you know what I mean? But at least I was charged. Now, yesterday I wasn't charged, and they never even gave me a cup of tea. Now, whenever I've been nicked, I always get a cup of tea off the old bill, but yesterday I got nothing. Maybe it was because I was with the middle classes, I don't know. You don't get tea from the police.
Nah, you don't. You don't get much from the police except despotism.
Okay, well, thank you very much,
No
Mark.
problem.
And all joking aside, I think that the freedom of speech in this country is under a threat, and I believe that there is an ethnic cleansing going on as well amongst the lower working classes, which is desperately sad.
It's not just going to stop at the lower working classes, it's going to work its way up. Their overall global plan is to have the very, very few rich, elite, global corporate bankers, and then everyone else underneath their pyramid scheme. You just got to look at the American dollar. You can see there it's got the eye on the top of the pyramid, and that's the sort of world order they're wanting to bring about. The new world order, the all-seeing eye.
Okay.
They're evil bastards.
Thank you very much. You tell me what you like about.
You're a man who speaks his mind.
I'm an honest man. I'm a truthful man.
So what do you think?
Not like the BBC who keep pissing out the same 60 seconds over 24 hours, or fucking. No, let's not leave it at one side. You want to talk to me, I'll talk to you.
Okay, well,
All right. So
what's your beef with the BBC then?
my beef with the BBC? Are you joking?
No, tell me what's your beef with the BBC?
Well, I don't like the way the BBC are not reporting correctly. They're not going to the people. You're talking to me now, but your colleague here has been, like I said, he's like a hawk on my shoulder. Was you at the bank yesterday as well? I think he was at the bank. Every time I started an interview, and I represent the lower working class culture, all right? And every time I had an interview, I got the BBC over my shoulder, or I got Sky over my shoulder. Why can't you go and talk to the people?
We talk to people.
Yeah, well, you're talking to me now, but, you know, only because I give you a right bollock in the pair of you. You know what I mean? I'll tell you what, you're not exactly. See my camera woman here? Yep. She piss all over both of you. You know what I mean? So you're talking to me, and you're talking to me because this is a job. Are you interested in the lower working classes dilemma? So do you think that the lower working class culture, 6 public houses a day closing down, and these public houses where the lower working class culture used to talk about the BBC and how pissy you were, not representing us, and what politicians that we would vote for, what schools we would send our children to. Now we can't get CAT scans, we can't get dentists, and we got Gordon Brown over there, a Scotsman, an unelected Prime Minister. You never talk about that. And when you've got people like Jackie Smith who are watching hardcore pornography, you develop a language for them and you call it adult entertainment. And then when you talk to us as the working classes, it's pornographic literature. Our kids who are wearing hoods, you want to lock them up. We've also got children in care at the moment, not young offenders, children in care whose parents have been killed or for whatever reason they're in care. Now you can control them, we are allowed to control them with what is called nose distraction. So we can punch a kid on the nose, but you won't go and punch a fucking banker on the nose. You understand it? So the BBC is not reporting anything that represents the people of this country.
Well, that's an important point to make.
Well, hey, I'm on one then, you know what I mean? Let me go.
What's your second point?
My second point, I think there was more than one point in there, weren't there?
Quite a few.
Yeah, there were quite a few points in there, and that's what we are, we're comprehensive. So because we've got like a Cockney accent, like I'm a Cockney speaking Irishman, you lot seem to think we're stupid. If you haven't got a degree, you can't become a social worker. And the BBC
I don't think many people think that.
Look,
to be
the
honest.
BBC, well, where do you come from? You want to get out a little bit more, because a lot of people do think it.
Well, I don't think that.
Listen, I don't want to sound like Bob Crow here, mate, but the working classes in this country are downtrodden. All those people who are up there making all that money, hang on, darling, where do you think they get all that money from? We can't all sell, some of us have to produce.
So what you're saying is there's a real sense of anger amongst the working class, basically.
Well, you can hear it in me, can't you?
Yeah, you're angry.
Now, who represents the working classes? What, me, Bill Maloney, and fucking Billy Bragg? Is that it? And our actors, the only actors you show, we're perpetually seeing that EastEnders shit that no one can relate to. You got to say fuck, cunt and bollocks, because that is our culture. And even it wasn't so long ago, a judge actually said, if it is part of a person's culture to swear, then that's it. What are you going to do? You're going to say to Muslims you're not allowed to pray to fucking Mecca? Or
you've been brought up around here, yeah?
No, I was brought up in Brixton, Peckham and Lewisham.
Right.
Yeah, and I am of Irish descent. So I know all about the brutality of this establishment, and by the time I was 20, I'm a film director now, fortunately, so I'm a right pain in the fucking arse for the establishment, ain't I? Because I'm an award-winning film director. Now, they don't like that. And I served 14 years in this country's institutions by the time I was 20, brought about by my parents' alcoholism, and they was Irish people who came over here, you know what I mean? And then our families were taken into care, the children, and absolutely abused, you know what I mean? I've got 3 members of my family that killed themselves while they was in care in this country, you know what I mean? So we don't like our children in this country. The island of Jersey is owned by the Crown. The Queen is taking no responsibility for it. It's her tax haven. So this is all shit. You're not gonna. This ain't going on. This like you and your mate here are going to be sitting there fucking watching this tonight while you're drinking a beer.
No.
Yeah,
I'm not wasting my time talking to you. I think it's a good point you're making.
Oh no, but who's going to see it? Are we going to broadcast this? Hang on, are we going to broadcast this? Say in front of these people, you promised me you're going to broadcast this.
It depends on
ain't going to happen, is it?
It depends whether you run the story tonight. That's what it depends on. But it's a good
point. Make a few quid out of it.
Get your name.
Bill Maloney. Give this man a card.
Have you got a card? Have you got a contact number?
Yeah, mate, we've got to do it all there. It's not you, Tate, so I really get fucked off with the BBC. You know exactly what I'm talking about as well.
We do know, but you know, do we explain who we work for?
No.
We're Newsnight. We're not like 60 seconds. You know, you have a good point about 60 seconds. For Newsnight, you know, with its 5-minute pieces, it's much.
Well, who you work? Well, that's fair enough. You know what I mean? But he made me a promise. You don't promise people nothing in this business.
That may be true.
No, that is true. Not maybe. Don't get political. You know what I mean? That's like, oh, that's possibly right. That's probably right. You know, that is true. You know what I mean?
You got an email address on yours?
I've been thrown out of the BBC and everything just for speaking the truth. The BBC don't like the truth. You're sucking the cock of the establishment, and that is it. And you get £3.4 billion off of the people of this country every year. 3.4 billion. What good work? Tell me what good work you've done recently. You show. If anyone wants to see anything about the war, they go to the Al Jazeera. They don't go to the fucking BBC, mate. Anyway, I hope you have a safe day. You? Yeah. Good. So this is really the shrine that has been, if you like, erected by the people, the demonstrators, to this young man who was 34 years of age and tragically died yesterday. No one's given us any information. I've just been told by one of these people that apparently he died of asphyxiation, but I don't think that he received the medical attention that the police had the capabilities to give him. So that was, I think, a severe slap on the wrist, or a kick in the bollocks, if you like, to tell everyone, toe the line or you're going to get it. So really, you know, we're really going back to a sort of a fascist state, if you like. And I think it is horrendous as a lower working class representative, and my parents and my parents' parents have fought for this country, and I had to stand here now as a filmmaker and watch our British police force act like stormtroopers, and we still have troops on the streets of Northern Ireland, and the governments and the powers that be that are telling us that we shouldn't try and rule with violence are doing the absolute opposite. So that is ambiguous in itself. So all I can say, I just wish the people of this young man who tragically died yesterday, we can only give him our sincerest condolences, and I think that these people will do more proud by this young man than any Prime Minister, unelected Prime Minister at that. So, and also I think that Mr. Obama, do you realise, we just heard a crack now, I don't know whether it was some kind of shot or what.
This is the crowd at the G20 protests on April the 1st around 7:20 p.m. They are on Cornhill, near the Bank of England. This footage will form the basis of a police investigation into the death of this man. Ian Tomlinson was walking through this area, attempting to get home from work. Minutes after this was shot, Tomlinson collapsed and died further along the road. In a statement after his death, police initially said protesters impeded medics from treating Tomlinson. This is the final image of him alive. We've slowed down the footage to show how it poses serious questions about police conduct. Ian Tomlinson had his back to riot officers and dog handlers and was walking away from them. He had his hands in his pockets. Here the riot officer appears to strike Tomlinson's leg area with a baton. He then lunges at Tomlinson from behind. Tomlinson is propelled forward and hits the floor. For around 10 seconds, Tomlinson seems to be talking to the officers. They do not help him. Witnesses described seeing him dazed and stumbling along the road, before he collapsed.
Put the trunks in the way! Put the trunks in the way! No! Get him! Get this cunt on camera! Stay on him! Stay on him! Stay on him! Yeah. We have police officer 5649. 5649 is brutalising people. We've got the shot, we've got the evidence. Police officer 5649. 5649. 5649. It's absolutely outrageous. They're bringing the horses. Let's get back there. Right, we're standing outside the Bank of England where a young... Are you on or what? Tell me when you're rolling. We're standing outside the Bank of England where a young man was tragically killed or died of natural causes. We don't know because no one's giving us any evidence. No one's saying fuck all about this. Now the police are antagonising another situation yet again. These people are here in respect for this young man who lost his life. Yet once again we are witnessing the brutality of the police, which seems to be spreading around the world. This place is no different to New York, and that is how they are controlling Harlem with the jackboot on the back of the black man, and that is what they're trying to do to the middle classes. I wish them luck, but I fancy the middle classes are going to out-punch them on this one. Shame on you! 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 Shame on you!
It starts here and it goes all the way round to there.
Nicola Fisher says this is what happened to her when she went to a protest in the City of London on April the 2nd.
Very violent and very aggressive and very unnecessary. If he wanted me to move, he could have asked me politely, or he could have just picked me up and moved me.
Okay, this is Bill Maloney speaking for Pie Mash Films. Who come here? Okay, this is Bill Maloney speaking for Pie Mash Films. We're on the second day of the G20 Summit and we come back to the bank. These people here are showing respect for the death of a young man, a 30-year-old man. The police have cordoned us in again. This is the second time, me personally, that I have been held captive by the police with no charge. It is such a shame. It is such a shame that this has to happen and that the police have to wind up actually protecting the criminals. The people have to understand that these bankers are in charge of massive funds which go to feed the poor. These police officers, they notice the price of onions going up, they notice the difference in their power, and also they have families, they have wives, children, sisters, brothers, and you know, it's unfortunate to see these strong men and women that have to put up with this kind of leadership, if you like. Once again in England we find lions being led by donkeys. So here we are, we're just going to move along the line here. We are captive again. This is a cordon, this is a police cordon, so we're not allowed to break this cordon, and unfortunately the bankers and the politicians are putting the police on the front line yet again to take the shit, really. So this is, I think it's outrageous that in this democracy that we can all, this is the second day that I've been held captive, you know, and like I said, you know, last time I was with the police was in Lewisham Police Station, and at least they gave us a cup of tea there. So we're all being held captive here. We don't know what the charge is. Do we know what the charge is, chaps?
Nothing.
Do you know what the charge is?
Nothing, no reason.
So what do you think of this?
I think it's ridiculous, right?
Well,
Spending like animals, it's false living in a democracy, a free country.
Why are you here today? Right now?
I'm here today to protect my children's future. This country was once known as a free country. We don't live in a free country anymore. No. We can't go out of our doors, and we've been given parking fines and, you know,
tickets for train.
Where's the respect for the dead guy?
I know, this is what I mean. This is what I mean. We're supposed to be here. We're supposed to be respecting someone, and look what these things.
Maybe, you know, when the police were marching for their extra pay, and they had to close down and there was no one on their side, they are isolating themselves. The police are isolating themselves, and they're being isolated by us. What are you doing here today, mate?
Well, I was there to pay my respects to the dead fella.
Yeah, so you're here to pay your respects to the dead guy. And what are you seeing?
Well, I'm seeing policing, really.
Yeah.
I can't think of any other reason why they would do this.
Yeah, don't you think the police are being used as pawns by our leaders?
Yeah, I think that's it, because we've seen that, like, individually now, like, a lot of them are really nice guys and everything, but
the police,
way they're being used...
Well, they're human beings, aren't they?
Yeah, but the way they're being used, it's just, they're obviously being...
It's terror tactics.
Yes.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
In this democracy.
Yeah, well, we call it.
Right, okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
I'm on 4 minutes in.
Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm on 4 minutes.
My name's Bill Maloney, I work with a film company called Prime Mesh Films. Yet again, we've been imprisoned without charge. How do you feel about that, mate?
Well, I don't feel very good about it at all, to be honest. We just went and asked them under what legislation they're keeping us here, and they said it's common law and they're allowed to imprison us.
Yeah. No charges?
No charges. No, I asked if they're going to read us our rights, but they're not going to do that. So I think they're acting in an illegal manner. So.
No toilet facilities?
No, it's completely illegal what they're doing.
No medical facilities?
Nothing at all, no, just riot vans surrounding us. It's just completely, it's a police state.
Are you an anarchist?
Well, I wouldn't describe myself as anything other than a concerned citizen, to be honest.
Yeah. But
I appreciate the anarchist cause, and I understand what they're trying to do, and I support them.
Well, what we found out yesterday was Barack Obama was talking to the Queen, but the Queen is the owner of one of the biggest tax havens on the planet, i.e. the island of Jersey, which is also at the centre of a massive child sex abuse scandal, which she will not take any responsibility for. How do you feel about that?
Well, I don't see why the police, why they should be talking to the Queen at all. She's an unelected head of state. She doesn't represent anyone at all other than the landed gentry that were dispossessed of most of their land years ago.
So our head of state is unelected, and so is our Prime Minister unelected.
Exactly, he acts like a president. If he wants to be president, he should abolish the Queen and have elections.
Right, so why are you here today?
Why, I'm here in solidarity with the person that was killed yesterday.
Do you think that the police are showing respect for the death of this young man?
Not at all, they're surrounding us and imprisoning us, and exactly what they did yesterday. They're doing exactly what caused the death yesterday. They're doing exactly the same thing.
Okay, but do you believe that our police are being used by our leaders to protect the criminals of the world and not us?
Of course.
Yeah? Yeah. All right. How do you feel? This is the second day that we've been held captive here. How do you feel about that?
Just disgusting to have a British passport, is all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Fucking just disgusting to have a British passport. Disgusting to be kept by a police state, and I mean, if this is not reason, then we'll never have a revolution in this country, man. Because we just had civil rights destroyed yesterday. Today, the police have murdered somebody, and I mean,
why do you say the police have murdered somebody? Why do you say that?
because essentially they did that, hemming everyone into a small space, then crushing them even further back, even though mothers were saying I've got to go pick up my children, even though people had to get their medication, they kept pushing them in, and while the 34-year-old gentleman was there, he actually asphyxiated by being crushed and had to get dragged out, and then the media turned around and say, oh no, because what actually happened was the anarchists were throwing bricks at the police, and that's how this guy died.
What media are we talking about? Are we talking about the corporate media and the establishment?
Media, the fucking murder media, that's what I'm talking about.
We're talking about the BBC, is that what we're talking about?
That's what I'm talking about, the BBC.
Yeah.
Like the same BBC that refused to show the deck appeal for the children of Gaza.
Yep.
So,
yep.
That's all really.
Thank you very much, mate. Thank you very much. Okay, here we are. This is the second day of the G20 Summit. How do you feel about, excuse me, darling, how do you feel about being kept like this again by...
Again, for the second time, because the tactics went so well yesterday, they're doing it yet again.
Yeah, so how do you feel?
It's absolutely ridiculous.
I know.
Have they been taught, have they been trained at all how to deal with crowds? It's not even a crowd, there's not even that many people here.
Have you seen any aggression on the part of a demonstrator here?
No, not at all. We had a peaceful sit-in there, a minute's silence, and then riot bands came.
Have you seen any instigated aggression by the police?
By the police? I don't know, there's something that happened over there, I didn't see anything.
How do you think the police are handling this, and what kind of respect do you think they're showing for the death of this young man?
Absolutely none at all. Look how many police are standing around here.
Okay, thank you, darling. Thank you.
Rolling.
Alright, mate, you've got a mask on. Can you say a couple of things for me? Keep your mask on, mate. Do me a favour, yeah? What's the cure for this?
The cure is to make the world safer and greener place, and not to attack Iran.
Okay, not to attack Iran.
Because if Iran is attacked, Russia will get involved. They will go into Iran, and America and Russia will end up fighting Third World War. The war will not be fought by human, it will be fought by computers. Computers will push nuclear button, and that will be the end of the mankind. So we must not let anybody attack Iran, because we don't want to give Russia a chance to go into Iran. And when Russia goes into Iran, then America and Russia will end up fighting Third World War. And it will be fought by the computers.
Thank you very much. Good luck to you, mate. Right, chuck it on me, Lil. Right, so what it is like what this man's saying is that we're not going to be having conventional wars for much longer. We're going to be having nuclear wars because too much pizza and central heating, if you like. You know what I mean? We can't fight those wars anymore. So we're going to the push-button war, and that is absolutely terrifying for the majority of us. All right. Okay. Thank you. All right.
Who was that? Who was it?
Right then, I've just been speaking to radio, and the police officers here said that if we wanted to leave, myself and my camerawoman Lilly, that we are free to leave. But I don't feel that I can leave these people in here like this and just walk away. So whatever happens, I hope it isn't anything nasty, we're going to stand our ground with democracy. Thank you very much. And I would like I have thanked these police officers because, you know, they are being used in a very negative way. And once again, I say, lions led by donkeys. Thank you very much.
Texan billionaire Alan Stanford has pleaded not guilty to charges of conspiracy, fraud and obstruction of justice. Mr. Stanford, who arrived at court in Houston wearing handcuffs and leg chains, is accused of a £5 billion investment fraud. If convicted on all counts, he faces life in prison.
Right, so here we are outside the Bank of England. This is the second day, and we've been told that we can leave the area, which is what we're going to do. We was offered the chance to leave the area, but we refused at Pioneer Films to leave this area because we are not leaving these decent people here sitting on their own, and they needed someone who could report in an honest and decisive manner on what exactly is happening here. The BBC won't report it. I just spoke to the BBC on the phone, they don't want to know, and I just spoke to LBC on the phone, and they don't want to know. So you're all on your own here, chaps, but we wouldn't fuck off Pioneer Films. So thank you very much. But now we're told that we can all leave, so Pioneer Films is going to leave as well. Thank you very much.
I think it all really boils down to is that we miss him. We've been confused by the City Police, Metropolitan Police, IPCC to not say anything. Don't say anything because you'll jeopardise the case. And I think we've been so confused with all that, don't say this, don't say that, even down to don't talk to the media. They've made us quite scared to talk.
The IPCC have finished their investigation. We haven't been able to talk, and we just want to let people know how we feel. You know, we just feel, you know, we are grieving.
We ask for support and care for Julia and the family.
So if you'd like to tell your story, Raj?
Yeah. My brother was killed by 5 officers in High Wycombe on 3rd of July 2008. Yeah. He was basically killed in the car park, and up to today we still haven't had no justice. I mean, basically they're covering the story up, trying to say it's not the police's fault. Yeah, they killed my brother, and the investigation is going on. But
so what was your brother? Why was the police? Why did they have your brother? What was the circumstances?
He was stop and search. Basically jumped by 5 officers
in High Wycombe.
In High Wycombe, Sharrow Vale. Wycombe, Sharrow Vale, and basically killed in the car park. Yeah, killed in the car park.
What was the cause of death defined as?
Basically strangulation, killed him, suffocation.
And what has happened? How long ago was this, Raj?
3rd of July 2008.
2008.
Yeah.
Have any of these officers been reprimanded?
No.
So there's been no action taken?
No action.
No one's been charged?
Nobody's been charged at all.
I'm still in Threadneedle Street, and we have got no police officers here controlling the traffic. This is in favour of a dead man who died here, and we've got fucking black cab drivers bibbing us up. This guy died here. Go piss off. And so, yeah, get out and show me what you've got, son. So we got no police officers controlling the traffic here, and they are showing absolutely no respect for the death of this man. This is Bill Maloney speaking for Pie Match Films. The police here.
Oh,
excuse me, do you want to come? Come on, excuse me, my name's Bill Maloney and I work for a film company called Pie Match Films, mate. And we're just wondering, have you come here to help us with the traffic? Because
yes.
Thank God for that.
The camera, people are going to get run over.
Yeah. And also we are concerned about the respect for the dead guy, for Ian Tomlinson.
No problems.
Okay, thank you very much. We touch hands on that. Okay. Here we are. I'm with Anna Braga, and she's from the Green Party, and we're going to give Anna a chance to have her say. That's what we're here for. We're here to let people have their say, not like the BBC, not like the national media. We are here to let people have their say. We're not going to edit it. Here you go, Anna, have your say.
Well, thank you for letting me have my say. I just want to say that I'm here today because I think it's really, really important that we don't forget what happened to Ian Tomlinson on this day 1 year ago at the G20 protests. I think it's really important that we keep trying to get changes made to the training of police officers, to the culture of the Metropolitan Police, and the whole way that protests are managed. We have to change the approach of the Met. We have to keep lobbying. We have to keep raising our voices until we see change. We cannot afford to let another tragedy such as this happen ever again. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Anna Braga from the Green Party. We've got quite a few people here. We don't know obviously who they all are, but there are obviously members of the media, and we don't really trust them because they sanitise everything. So we're trying to do this in the way that Ian Tomlinson would have spoken to his friends in the pub. The working classes seem to be leaving the middle classes to do their dirty work for them again. So we would like to see them getting up off their fucking arses and getting out here with us. So those of you that weren't here, you can check out what's happened at piematchfilms.com. Who are you with, mate?
They're all shut, okay? It's closed. They're all shut.
So what happens in a lot of situations like this, we get a few members of the public, the people that are here, you know, that have come to support these people, they do get a little bit irate, and then it can lead, really, it's just their passion, you know, because they are so disgusted at what has happened here. So we're now waiting for the family, and once we've got the family here, then please God, we'll be able to get an interview with them. What was even more horrific was his medical care. There was no medical care for this man, and this is where he died.
and gentlemen, thank you for coming. Thank you for coming here. This primarily is a moment of memorial. It's been a year since Ian Tomlinson died, and we remember that it's been a long year. I ask that you be as quiet as you possibly can as we remember Ian Tomlinson and hold Julia and the family in our thoughts. Let us hold silence. A year is a long time.
Yeah, can you stand back? Stand back.
Seasons come and seasons go. We've gone through summer, and autumn and winter and have returned to spring. We ask for support and care for Julia and the family in a year of waiting and a year of missing and a year of longing. We pray for their family and friends to support them in their loss and their grief. We pray they may have the strength to support each other. Amen.
Amen.
Those who have brought flowers, please, when there is time, we thank you for coming, we thank you for bringing them. Please lay them down in your own time. Thank you everyone for coming. We shall make our way to a quieter place.
No justice! No peace!
Sorry, sir, can you say it once more a bit louder? Your name, sir?
My name's Paul. We're a year on, you know, and there's still nothing been done. And it's really hard for us, you know.
Paul, why do you think nothing's been done? Why do you think nothing's been done?
I can't answer that, mate. I don't know.
Have you been? We've been told that you've been told you can't talk about certain things because you might prejudice the case. I work for a company called Prime Mesh Films. I come out of South East London, same as yourself. Is that what you're worried about? Prejudicing the case?
No, we just want justice. Really, we don't want any big complications coming involved in it. You know, we want it out of the way as quick as possible. Just want to get our life back on track, you know.
Do you think the wait has been too long? The CPS has been dragging their feet forward. What do you think?
We've never been through any of this. It has been a long old wait, and maybe it could have been done a lot quicker, yeah.
Do you think it's Paul? Do you think it's anything to do with the class you come from? Do you think it's anything to do with your class? Whether this was maybe upper class someone, would it have been dealt with by now, or is it just because of where you come from?
No.
We have to ask these questions.
No comment.
Julia, has it been through? What's your priority now?
It's keeping us, the family, safe and strong, and getting through this as a family.
And so it was your dad,
yeah.
Paul and Julia.
My mum's husband.
Thanks.
All I can say to you, chaps, is we're a film company and we come from where you come from, all right? Because I've had similar experiences myself, okay? All I want you to do is just go on our website and just check our website, and if you think that you would like us to help you, then we will help you. Okay, chaps? All right, and good luck. I'll give you that. I lost my sister a little while ago in like similar circumstances, okay? So we're with you, chaps. Right, so we've just been talking to the family, and you know, as normal, you know, I had to put that class thing in because it does matter what class you come from in how you're being treated in this country. If you come from the upper and the upper middle classes, you are treated with a lot more respect and a lot more dignity by the police and whoever else is involved in our fucking dodgy institutions. And that'll do, mate.
I think it all really boils down to is that we miss him. We've been confused by the City Police, Metropolitan Police, IPCC to not say anything. don't say anything because you'll jeopardise the case. And I think we've been so confused with all that, don't say this, don't say that, even down to don't talk to the media. They've made us quite scared to talk.
The RPCC have finished their investigation. We haven't been able to talk, and we just want to let people know how we feel. You know, we just feel, you know, we are grieving.
We ask for support and care for Julia and the family.
So you'd like to tell your story, Raj?
Yeah. My brother was killed by 5 officers in High Wycombe on 3rd of July 2008. Yeah. He was basically killed in the car park, and up to today we still haven't had the justice. I mean, basically they're covering the story up, trying to say it's not the police's fault. Yeah, they killed my brother, and the investigation's going on. But
so what was your brother? Why was the police? Why did they have your brother? What was the circumstances?
He was stop and search, basically jumped by 5 officers
in High Wycombe.
In High Wycombe, Sharrowvale, Wycombe, Sharrowvale, and basically killed in the car park. Yeah, killed in the car park.
What was the cause of death defined as?
Basically strangulation, killed him, suffocation.
And what has happened? How long ago was this, Raj?
3rd of July 2008.
2008.
Yeah.
Have any of these officers been reprimanded?
No.
So there's been no action taken?
No action.
No one's been charged?
Nobody's been charged at all.
I'm still in Threadneedle Street, and we have got no police officers here controlling the traffic. This is in favour of a dead man who died here, and we've got fucking black cab drivers bibbing us up. This guy died here. Go piss off. And so, yeah, get out and show me what you've got, son. So we got no police officers controlling the traffic here, and they are showing absolutely no respect for the death of this man. This is Bill Maloney speaking for Pie Match Films. Police here.
Oh,
excuse me, do you want to come with me? Come with me. Excuse me, my name's Bill Maloney and I work for a film company called Pie Match Films, mate. And we're just wondering, have you come here to help us with the traffic? Because
yes.
Thank God for that.
The camera, people are going to get run over.
Yeah. And also we are concerned about the respect for the dead guy, for Ian Tomlinson.
No problem.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, we touch hands on that. Okay. Here we are. I'm with Anna Braga, and she's from the Green Party, and we're going to give Anna a chance to have her say. That's what we're here for. We're here to let people have their say. Not like the BBC, not like the local, the national media. We are here to let people have their say. We're not going to edit it. Here you go, Anna. Have your say.
Well, thank you for letting me have my say. I just want to say that I'm here today because I think it's really, really important that we don't forget what happened to Ian Tomlinson on this day 1 year ago at the G20 protests. I think it's really important that we keep trying to get changes made to the training of police officers, to the culture of the Metropolitan Police and the whole way that protests are managed. We have to change the approach of the Met. We have to keep lobbying. We have to keep raising our voices until we see change. We cannot afford to let another tragedy such as this happen ever again. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Anna Braga from the Green Party. We've got quite a few people here. We don't know obviously who they all are, but there are obviously members of the media, and we don't really trust them because they sanitise everything. So we're trying to do this in the way that Ian Tomlinson would have spoken to his friends in the pub. The working classes seem to be leaving the middle classes to do their dirty work for them again. So we would like to see them getting up off their fucking arses and getting out here with us. So those of you that weren't here, you can check out what's happened at piematchfilms.com. Who are you with, mate?
They're all shut, okay? It's closed. Thank you. They're all shut.
So what happens in a lot of situations like this, we get a few members of the public, the people that are here, you know, that have come to support these people, they do get a little bit irate, and then it can lead, really, it's just their passion, you know, because they are so disgusted at what has happened here. So we're now waiting for the family, and once we've got the family here, then please God, we'll be able to get an interview with them. What was even more horrific was his medical care. There was no medical care for this man, and this is where he died.
and gentlemen, thank you for coming. Thank you for coming here. This primarily is a moment of memorial. It's been a year since Ian Tomlinson died, and we remember that it's been a long year. I ask that you be as quiet as you possibly can as we remember Ian Tomlinson and hold Julia and the family in our thoughts. Let us hold silence. A year is a long time.
Yeah, can you stand back? Stand back.
Seasons come and seasons go. We've gone through summer, and autumn and winter and have returned to spring. We ask for support and care for Julia and the family in a year of waiting and a year of missing and a year of longing. We pray for their family and friends to support them in their loss and their grief. We pray they may have the strength to support each other. Amen.
Amen.
Those who have brought flowers, please, when there is time, we thank you for coming, we thank you for bringing them. Please lay them down in your own time. Thank you everyone for coming. We shall make our way to a quieter place.
No justice! No peace!
Sorry, sir, can you say it once more a bit louder? Your name, sir?
My name's Paul. We're a year on, you know, and there's still nothing been done. And it's really hard for us, you know.
Paul, why do you think nothing's been done? Why do you think nothing's been done?
I can't answer that, mate. I don't know.
Have you been? We've been told that you've been told you can't talk about certain things because you might prejudice the case. I work for a company called Prime Mesh Films. I come out of South East London, the same as yourself. Is that what you're worried about? Prejudicing the case?
No, we just want justice. Really, we don't want any big complications coming involved in it. You know, we want it out of the way as quick as possible. We just want to get our life back on track, you know.
Do you think the wait has been too long? The CPS has been dragging their feet, or what do you think?
We've never been through any of this. It has been a long old wait, and maybe it could have been done a lot quicker, yeah.
Do you think it's Paul? Do you think it's anything to do with the class you come from? Do you think it's anything to do with your class? Whether this was maybe upper class someone, would it have been dealt with by now, or is it just because of where you come from?
No.
We have to ask these questions.
No comment.
Julia, has it been through? What's your priority now?
It's keeping us, the family, safe and strong, and getting through this as a family. And
so it was your dad,
yeah.
Paul and Julia.
My mum's husband.
Thanks.
All I can say to you, chaps, is we're a film company and we come from where you come from, all right? Because I've had similar experiences myself, okay? Paul, all I want you to do is just go on our website and just check our website, and if you think that you would like us to help you, then we will help you. Okay, chaps? All right, and good luck. I'll give you that. I lost my sister a little while ago in like similar circumstances, okay? So we're with you, chaps. Right, so we've just been talking to the family, and you know, as normal, you know, I had to put that class thing in because it does matter what class you come from in how you're being treated in this country. If you come from the upper and the upper middle classes, you are treated with a lot more respect and a lot more dignity by the police and whoever else is involved in our fucking dodgy institutions. And that'll do, mate.